We're doing a moon walk, but we are sold out.
Be there.
Yes, I hear it's sold out, but you can still do the moonwalk by yourself in town.
Yes, I suppose you could in town. Yes, in town.
Join me.
All right.
Greg Weaver, anything? Any parting thoughts? Famous last words?
Yeah.
All right, and Corey, we're so glad
We're
that
wrapping up ahead tonight.
we're so glad that you're out there keeping the traffic moving at a safe pace.
Excellent job, Corey. That is a wonderful
Excellent job.
outfit. It is so great. Perfect Halloween costume. Love it.
Amy Walsh, thank you for the oatmeal.
You're welcome.
Happy National Oatmeal Day, everybody. Happy Halloween in 2 days. Everybody be safe. Don't walk out in front of any vehicles. Try to limit the amount of sugar that you have. And we will see you. Oh, vote next Tuesday. Get out there and vote. And
Yes, go vote. Jesus, sorry here. Vote for CM Punk.
yes, CM Punk for president.
We want to win.
For everyone at Community Media, happy Halloween, everybody.
In the heart of historic Gettysburg, where the past and present merge seamlessly, there's a place that captured my attention immediately. A nook in a historic building right on Lincoln Square. Wow, this place is incredible. This is exactly what I've been searching for. This place is definitely unique, and it is so inviting. There is so much to see, I don't even know where to start. From fashion to perfume, jewelry, candles, cards to handcrafted treasures, Lark is a modern marketplace like no other. If it tells a story, you can find it at Lark. Indulge in celestial-inspired fine fragrances, handmade jewelry from bohemian to art-inspired, and pure soy candles. From the moment I walked through the door, I knew I'd found something extraordinary. Lark isn't just a store, it's an experience. A journey through Gettysburg wouldn't be complete without a visit to Lark, where curiosity meets inspiration and where every visit is an adventure waiting to happen. Discover a retail shop unlike anything else in Gettysburg. Discover Lark.
I do this because I'm an adrenaline junkie.
It's exciting and it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm giving back.
There are a lot of people out in the community who have skills that could benefit this department.
We're looking for dedicated younger individuals that want to come in to do fundraising. They can be an interior firefighter, exterior firefighter.
I said, I'll give it a shot, and turns out it was the best decision of my life.
There's no better job in the world. You're going to love what you do. United Hook and Ladder, lead the way. Come join us today.
Our Patreon community, visit patreon.com/communitymedia. And as always, for more local events, stay connected to Community Media.
I didn't even get to read it. He got suspended? Hello again, sports fans, and welcome to this Election Day episode of Sports Chat, week number 859. 860, as we count down to 900, could come sometime in 2025. 900.
Oh, yeah, well, 900.
First, we get 900. Wow, yeah. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
900, that'll be some point in 2025 there, but yeah.
Yeah, so November 5th, did you vote?
Cross that off the bucket list. this
All
morning
right,
there, yeah.
good. I voted a couple weeks ago in the comfort of home. It was the way to go for sure.
Don't want I'm hearing stories of people waiting hours and hours, so.
Yeah, I went to the college to check some things out, and there were people waiting there 2 hours to vote, and some students had attempted to register online. Somehow the information didn't get into the list of voters that they had at the polls, and so many of them were allowed to fill out provisional ballots. So, I mean, who knows? You're almost afraid to watch the news tonight. I'm glad we have a sports show and we're not dealing with the political fallout. So, yeah. Well, you know the routine. Hottest seat in sports. I thought we had a great triumvirate. The Aarons. That was nice. Boone, Judge, and Rogers. And then that we put in Dak Prescott, Mike McCarthy, Doug Peterson. You want to have any repeats? I mean, I think Mike McCarthy, he's probably on the hot seat.
Well, I think so. I mean, they have more losses now than what they did last year at this, last year.
Yeah, and I mean, Jerry Jones tries to be a nice guy, and he hates to lose, so something's got to give somewhere along the line. Dak Prescott, now he's out for several weeks.
It looks like he's going to be placed on IR if he hasn't already.
Cooper, is that who the quarterback is against the Eagles? Some guy named Cooper Rush?
Yeah.
Rush.
I don't think he's going to play up to his last name. I don't think he's going to have a lot of rushing attempts there.
No, he's more of a pocket guy.
Yeah, usually a pocket guy there, kind of, your typical, backup quarterback that, probably just do the job there, but I don't see them.
I mean, I'm putting Mike Sirianni back on, or Nick Sirianni back on.
I was going to say, who's that guy? Yeah, but
I just made him up, but he needs to change his name. He needs to go on the witness protection plan. But yeah, I mean, he's so maddening. I'm a big Eagles fan. I got an Eagles shirt on under this. I mean, the hubris and the whatever you want to call it. The testosterone surging in the veins.
Himself.
Yeah, right. It's like, okay, the drive bogged down. It's a 4th and 3. You have one of the best field goal kickers. You go up 10. Now it's a 2-score lead.
Yeah.
Keep that 2-score lead. Don't let them hang around. And then he kept doing it, and then he went for 2, which was totally meaningless. So it didn't get it within a field goal. The math wasn't impacted at all.
No.
He left about 9 points on the table, 2 chip shot field goals. Then when he finally has a guy attempted it from 57 yards and he hits the upright.
Yeah.
I mean, what's that? I mean, the whole thing. This is the way we are. We're aggressive.
Sometimes
some call it aggressive. Some might call it stupid.
I was just getting ready to say those words there. It is just, you had 3 touchdowns and you went, you scored more than 3 touchdowns, but you went 0 for 3 on 2-point conversions, 0 for 3.
And the Jacksonville Jaguars made it look easy when they went for 2.
Yeah. Just the way the game just spun. You're watching the game, it's 22-0. You're like, all right, they're looking good. You're going to get a win there, but
22-0. It should have been 30-0. I mean,
Jaguars get a touchdown, and then before you blink of an eye, it's 16-22, and boy, I mean,
Nakobe Dean saved the day. I thought it was just going to be like the Falcons game where they lost again. Just handed it to them.
Yeah.
He really saved them with that interception because it looked like they were ready to lose that game. And then maybe Sirianni gets fired. So Nakobe Dean not only saves the day, he might have saved the jobs for all those coaches.
We've been seeing some head coaches getting, the axe of late there with Dennis Allen, getting the kibosh. He was on my hot seat there, but I got a little better one now. I got Joel Embiid. He was suspended for 3 games for shoving a media member. This was just broke about like an hour and a half ago there. So.
Okay, so what, some news conference, like why aren't you playing? Look at the Sixers are 1-5 without you. Get out there and, I mean, what happened? Do you know any more about it? Any
I'm just
details?
kind of reading he shoved the Philadelphia Inquirer newspaper Marcus Haynes after Saturday's loss to the Memphis Grizzlies. NBA announced on Tuesday there.
Okay.
So
All right.
I don't know
So that
all
happened
the
a few
details
days ago.
here.
I didn't even hear about it.
Yeah, so with
Supposedly, Jason Kelsey got into something with somebody at Penn State throwing a cell phone. Did you hear anything about
the
that?
Penn State fan, I think, said something to him. He turned around and then just, I guess, took his phone and just smashed it on the ground. I'm not sure, the exchange, something was said. And
Yeah, maybe he bought him a new phone. I'm sure it's not a
No.
proud moment.
no.
I'm sure the people at ESPN weren't too thrilled either.
Yeah, he made an apology
did?
last night during the Monday night countdown there.
Wow.
So now that's the negativity there. How about some shining stars now?
Okay, well, who you got?
I got Texas Tech taken down undefeated at the time, Iowa State, in the pouring rain in Ames, Iowa. Texas scored with 23 seconds left in the game with Taj Brooks with a 5-yard rushing touchdown. So the Red Raiders of Texas, knocks Iowa State from a perfect record, and now they have 1 loss. Iowa State does in the conference play there. So that's my shining star. I guess you could go with Freddie Freeman, MVP and all that there.
We had him last week, didn't we?
Well, it was officially
Yeah.
that he was MVP.
I mean, and then how about the Commanders? They win again. Handle the Giants. The score is probably closer than the game actually was. I watched a good bit of it. So suddenly they have the 3rd best record in the league behind only the Chiefs and the Lions.
Yes.
Chiefs still
I'm-
undefeated. You had to bring me up to snuff. I didn't stay up for the thrilling finish. Went to overtime.
Yeah, it went to overtime. The Buccaneers went down the field. Were down 7. Went down, scored the touchdown with 27 seconds left in the game, and they elect to kick the extra point. Now, the Chiefs had 3 timeouts, and I think it was one of those situations, if you go for 2, you get the extra point. The Chiefs have that willpower. They have the 3 timeouts. I think they'd be able to go down the field. But even with that said, I still would have went for the 2-point conversion.
Try to win it
Yeah,
in regulation
They never got the ball in overtime.
Well,
Chiefs
so-
went down the field,
and scored a touchdown.
scored a touchdown, and that was
That's I don't really. That doesn't seem quite fair. It seems like you should be able to match it. I mean, it's like high school or college overtime.
you can do that in the playoffs, but not in the regular season. It's
Oh,
just
they're gonna have that in the playoffs.
that's what happened in the Super Bowl there, where if
Oh,
so
okay.
both
You have a
teams-
chance to match it, but you still kick it off, and you have to drive the length of the field. There's really
now if there's a defensive
they play
score.
what I mean. They keep playing 10-minute periods until then it's a sudden victory. Well, it's
Well-
always sudden, except after the
Yeah,
first
after-
possession ends in a field goal or no whatever.
Yeah, after that
And then
second
it's sudden
possession
victory,
there, then it's
sudden death,
sudden
whatever you
death
want to
there.
call it.
But yeah, I mean the Chiefs they're 8-0, but they could easily be 4-4. I'm not going to say that they're going to go undefeated. There's a couple of landmines out there. They got the Bills in 2 weeks in Buffalo, but I don't think they're the best team right now. I think the best team is, I would say, probably the Lions. Right now, I say they are the best team. I would say the Chiefs are in the top 3, top 4, but the way that they're playing, they're not playing bad. It's just they're not dominating and then beating teams by like 3 scores. But they're, like I said, they could easily be, they had a game-winning field goal kick, by Harrison Butker. They get this game-winning drives. I guess what I'm getting at is they know how to win games.
Yeah.
So-
The game is close. They find a way to make the difference.
Looks like we got a caller.
Oh, yeah, we have a caller. Okay, let's welcome our caller to the air. Welcome to Sports Chat. Hello? Oh, I hope we didn't lose our caller.
Sounds like the ocean.
Yeah. Well, I was going to put Coach Prime on as a shining star. I mean, hello?
Whoa, whoa, hey.
7,173,506,631, less than 7,173,506,631. Rosie Miller, less than 7,178,026,958. Mary Chambers, less than 7,175,000,000.
This, Jordan, I don't think this is sports related. Hello? Or maybe, yeah. Well, maybe we should.
Hello there. This is Sports Chat. Are you there?
All right, well.
I think they were probably in the line for the poll.
I think we
maybe.
lost, maybe we lost that caller. So, yeah, but Coach Prime, I mean, what, Colorado's 6-2 or something like that?
6-2. They were off last week. I'm going to get their. They're right in that hunt there for the playoffs, or not the playoffs.
The
They're
Big
right
12,
in there
the
for
12.
the Big 12.
Yeah, I mean, they have a
conference
lot of-
championship game there.
Yeah, a lot of cachet, a lot of crowd appeal. They have a chance to have 4 receivers with at least 500 yards, which means Sador Sanders is.
Spreading the ball around.
And then they get this guy Hunter who goes both ways. I mean, so you could have 2 Heisman candidates from the same team. I don't know if that's ever happened before.
Yeah. I mean, during the heydays with USC, they had Leinart and Reggie Bush, and
All right.
it's not too often you get 2.
Maybe somebody at Alabama. Anyway. All right, hello, welcome to Sports Chat. Okay. Well, we're not having much luck with our caller. We can change the subject here. This is out of the archives. Community Media Television, Channel 12. We're still Channel 12.
Yeah.
So,
Just have to
how
put down
about that?
240 or. Oh, bring it in in the middle. Yeah.
Bring it in. Hello?
Welcome to Sports Chat.
Could be.
Hello. Yeah. Speak your mind there. What do you want to talk about here on Sports Chat on November 5th?
Here, let's see what this thing. 4561.
4561.
Is this a phone number? All right, well, listen, obviously
The
there.
messages, the message part.
All right, well, we're on live TV.
How are you doing, beautiful?
All right, hey, Jordan, why don't we just cancel this? They must have the wrong number. I don't, okay, they can't be talking about us, okay?
But yeah, looking at the Colorado Buffaloes there, they're 4-1 in the Big 12, 6-2 overall. Now they will need some help to get into the top 2 in the Big 12. There, Iowa State has the tiebreaker over Colorado. They don't play each
What about
other.
BYU?
Yeah, very sneaky.
Yeah, I mean, are they still undefeated?
They're one of the 6 teams that are remaining undefeated right now.
Miami also,
Miami, Indiana,
Oregon, obviously,
Oregon.
Indiana, yeah.
what's Army? Can't forget
Army's
about.
ranked 18th, highest they've been since 1960 or something like
Yes.
that.
Yeah, it's good to see that there.
And this Army team doesn't just run it either, they throw it a little bit. We have a caller, a legit caller. I'm skeptical.
461,
Hello, yeah,
21,
hello,
yeah.
welcome to Sports Chat. Hello? Jordan, you said this was a legitimate caller, I don't know. Okay. Hold on.
Welcome to Sports Chat. Hello.
All right, well,
Hello. Welcome to Sports Chat.
are we being,
Punked?
yeah, that's the word I was looking for. All right, well, let's,
So, tonight's going to be the first rankings from the college football playoffs.
who are the gurus who do this? Sports writers or coaches?
They got
or-
ADs,
ADs,
and
okay.
mostly like that there. So what I'm intrigued is,
We're not taking any calls, by the way.
so who's going to be the highest ranked one-loss team out there? Is it going to be Georgia? Is it
Penn
Ohio State?
Yeah, yeah, right. There's
so-
3 good teams right there that are probably going to get in unless they stumble again.
So looking at it, I mean,
Does Alabama have a chance? Well, don't they have 2 losses?
They
But
have
they're
2.
Alabama.
They're 2 losses, and you
I guess
have
especially if they win the SEC
Mm-hmm.
tournament, the championship.
Robert's trying. Okay,
He's crying.
trying to get it. Okay.
Hey, snap out of it, little buddy. You'll be okay. Robert, is that you?
It's just live television.
Oh man.
Hello
This
there,
is not
Robert.
interacting. Here, get a load of this. All right.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the
Uh,
rankings, I think
Well, they're coming out tonight, you
tonight
say.
at 7:00 there.
And
so
obviously Oregon's going to be number 1, aren't
Oregon's
they?
one. Hello, welcome to Sports Chat there.
Hello. Oh man.
Hello there. Welcome to Sports Chat.
Who's calling you? Mr. Cook.
Oh, that sounds like Robert. Is that Robert's
I think-
mom? I mean,
I think we got a connection.
so what happened?
Get to the blue house?
All right, what happened to trivia at the Greystone?
Hey, Tuesday.
All right, 2 things. All right, what's the 2 things?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only have 50 bucks, Robert. I get 25.
Do you know you're on live TV?
Now I turn around, the money is gone. Oh,
Could be a BUTT call. Okay.
So, I mean, looking at the rankings, I think it's going to be very intriguing what the committee puts for that one-loss team. I think I would go.
Ohio State.
I would go Oregon, Georgia, Ohio State 3.
Okay.
4, I would go with Miami, and then it's just the matter of where you place Texas, Penn State, Tennessee in that.
Probably
that juggle there.
Texas, Penn State, Tennessee, just like you
And
said.
then the other one is Indiana. How do they view Indiana, even though they haven't really played anybody on their schedule that's ranked
Yeah.
and big?
Who do
there?
they have left? That
Well, they got
play?
Ohio State in 2 weeks there, so that's going to be their telltale sign.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be in Columbus there. So the thing is with Indiana is if they're 11-1 and if they would lose to Ohio State, I think they have a case to make the playoffs as 11-1 there. Now the thing with Alabama is they're 6-2, and they play LSU this weekend in Baton Rouge, and they're 6-2. So I look at that basically as an elimination game.
Yeah. No 3-loss team can be allowed to get in.
The only way I can see a 3-loss team making the playoffs is basically if you win your conference championship.
In convincing fashion or something like that.
Because you get that automatic bid, if you win your conference championship. But basically, if you have 2 losses in your conference play and your other losses out of conference, and you're able to get in that way. But even still, with 3 losses with Alabama,
That sullies the whole process, in my opinion.
yeah. The other thing I'm intrigued tonight to see is how far is Army to Boise State? Because you get that group of 5 school
Okay.
that gets into the playoffs there. So you get,
Yeah.
in at large there.
Is it only one, or can there
Just-
be?
Well, you can get multiple there, but if
Yeah.
you win your conference championship there, you get 1 spot there.
Okay,
So
well, BYU, they're a surprise team for sure.
and their only loss is the Oregon there. So they're playing a really great season there. They're ranked 12th right now in the AP poll, and And
So Army has what, Notre Dame, that's the tough game they have?
that's going to raise their.
There's another one-loss team. Isn't Notre Dame a one-loss team? But the loss was what, Northern Illinois?
Northern
so
Illinois.
Is that enough to, and people could say, yeah, that's a bad loss.
Well, they did beat Texas A&M, and Texas A&M just lost this weekend to South Carolina. So there's lots of holes and all that there. But I think over these next couple weeks, we'll see more clarity out there.
Well, there's always going to be controversy. Some people say 12 teams, we need 24 teams. Yeah, I mean, and it's, the money is unbelievable. So there's that, which seems to be, let's face it, that's the engine that fuels most of what happens in sports. Is Jordan saying we're going to
go one more.
Why?
It's
once bitten, twice shy. Shame on me. Burn me once.
Welcome to Sports Chat. What do you want to talk about? Hello.
The Broncos got hosed.
That sounds like Carl.
Carl.
I can't
hear nothing.
Oh, Carl. Okay. All right. I don't. Well, we can hear. We can hear you.
Hello.
Oh, Carl. We had a prank caller. We thought it was you, but
I'm talking to you guys.
Hello.
I can't hear you.
Hello.
That's not good.
Oh.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you, Carl.
Yeah, he can't hear us though. This is not good. Hopefully, huh?
But anyway, I'm going to hang up here. I wanted to congratulate Corey on the Ohio State win, and I'm really happy that Louisville beat Clemson. Talk to you guys later.
All right, that was Carl. Great stuff as always.
Yeah, so we can piggyback on that there. The Ohio State-Penn State game, it was a back and forth type of game. Penn State, spots, Ohio State 10 points there.
But all this, I think the new offensive coordinator, he kind of got cold feet. He went real conservative when they got down to the 3, first and goal at the 3 at the end of the game.
Both ending of the halves there.
Yeah, right. I mean, you just go off tackle. It's not going to cut it. You got to try to get to the edge.
What I was surprised, and I think Carl would agree when he's listening, is they should have gave the ball to Warren. Warren, got him down to the 5-yard line, inside the 5-yard line.
Right.
And that was basically the biggest play of the day there for Penn State. They didn't score any offensive touchdowns.
I bet they got like 1 yard from there, or they didn't even get close to getting in.
Yeah, first down, second down, third down, they're running right up the middle, and they get stuffed. You're running the same play.
Yeah, I've been watching Ohio State, Penn State for years, and the last 10 years, it always seems in the second half, better line play wins the day. They at the end of the game, they're the ones pushing around, and Penn State's the ones getting pushed around, and that just seems to be the key to victory for Ohio State. So how did Oregon beat them, and how did they almost lose to Nebraska?
I would say it's just
that was a flat game for them.
I would say it's just adjustments, throughout the weeks there. Oregon is a different type of offense than what you typically see in the Big Ten. The Big Ten is the ground and pound, and you just you run it. You have a couple passing and all that there. Oregon is just that fast-paced type of offense, and then they went toe-to-toe with Ohio State and Oregon throughout the game there. So that's the way the offense style with Oregon is a lot different than Penn State there. And then usually, every time that you see,
why is their quarterback no longer a Heisman threat? Did he have a bad game or something?
With Aller or
Oregon?
He's right up there. He's just with Cam Ward doing what he's doing in Miami there, and then you have Travis Hunter just playing both sides of the ball there. So I think it's just the matter of them taking care of business and not being as flashy with the points and the scoring, and needing Gabriel to do everything. So that's where I'm kind of thinking he's probably sliding a little bit on the Heisman there. But if they go 12-0, he's probably going to be a finalist. Is my guess there. But
who's your favorite right now?
I think it's probably Cam Ward. Cam Ward or Travis Hunter. It was Ashton Genty from Boise State there, but he wasn't putting up the numbers. He's still probably going to have over 2,000 yards rushing there, but he kind of
I don't see that.
tapered
I
off
don't
there.
see him being a
So
finalist. So just name recognition.
it's
issue.
a quarterback-driven award there. So,
Yeah, right.
but yeah, just putting a cap.
No, and don't get us started because every year we have the same conversation. Why in the heck do they award the Heisman based on the regular season? Shouldn't it be they vote on it after they have a champion to see maybe
I mean, there's more.
who means the most to their team?
Especially, I would agree with that.
Especially now with the expanded
I
playoffs.
was just because you have a team that would play 4 games, 3 games, and such there. So we are, getting the Heisman.
Yeah, the year Leinart won it, Leinart won it. I thought Vince Young, who actually he won that head-to-head bowl game, and had they done it our way,
The 2005-2006 season.
he would have won the Heisman. But anyway, we're beating a dead horse.
Yeah. There's a couple players out there, but I have not seen that Heisman-like moment yet. Where a player has to come back in the fourth quarter.
Pose.
I guess that the Gabriel for Oregon has that to a degree there, but it's still early to tell there. But going with Ohio State and the Penn State with the closing comments there, it's just the way that Ohio State was able to will out the 5 minutes and 17 seconds left in the game when when
Pounding the rock.
when the
I
ball's
mean,
at the 1 yard line. They could have easily got a penalty, holding, and then get a safety, and then Penn State gets the ball, and then they're only down by 5. But they're just, Penn State knows, everybody in the stadium knows that they're going to run the ball, and then they still get 6 yards,
Yeah,
6 yards every single carry.
Right.
It just shows how great that offensive line was.
And they were missing, what, a couple starters?
A couple
So
starters
their
were
depth.
missing there. That was the biggest, bugaboo.
Chip Kelly calling the plays on the other side.
That was the biggest bugaboo was, in the Nebraska game was the poor offensive line, only having 65 yards rushing with 2 great running backs with Juckins and Henderson there. So I was impressed with that there. I think
That was a trap game, I guess, for them, so they're lucky to escape it.
typically I'm not using it for excuse there, but usually Ohio State after a bye week they just play sluggish.
Rust or rest.
That's the thing. So I think they will. They got Purdue and Northwestern on their schedule, and then they got Indiana. Indiana, we're saying where they could be ranked in the CFP tonight. They're going to be a top 8 team, maybe a top 5 when they play Ohio State there. So, Indiana has never beat Ohio State. They are 0-30 in their record against Ohio State. So. Different year, new head coach there. That Kurt Singetti, has been,
He's had great success
Yeah.
at James Madison. And,
I think he's, an early, halfway point or past halfway point of being coach of the year. Just the way he's been playing or coaching up and all that there. So,
he's definitely the front runner.
either that or another one I would say is probably BYU. Head coach there.
What about SMU as a surprise team?
Yeah.
They beat Pitt, who had been undefeated. So, is one of those 2 teams good enough to make the final 12? I guess if they win the ACC, that's an automatic bid.
And then they'll have that week off there. So, with the expanded playoffs, this is what we're kind of getting.
So they get automatic buys, the 4 major conferences?
4 major conference.
Not the Pac-12.
Well, that's, just 2 teams there. So, now the thing is.
But, Washington State's pretty good this year?
Washington State's a little sneaky team there. They could be ranked in the top 20 in the polls tonight there. But
that would be great if they got into the 12, I mean.
The thing that could be sneaky that, we think the 4 major conferences, the ACC, the Big 12, the SEC, the Big 10, it's going to get that automatic bid. But if Boise is ranked higher than BYU, they will get the bye. So it's the 4 highest conference championships.
Does Boise have any losses?
They have one loss, and that was to Oregon.
Okay.
So
BYU is still undefeated?
BYU is still undefeated there. So, it's not everyone's assuming it's going to be the four major conferences that get it, but BYU
It's not
might sneak
automatic.
up there.
Okay.
So,
The top 4 teams get buys.
yeah.
All
So.
right. Yeah, the committee, they have a heck of a time, but
And there's still some big games out there. I mean, Georgia's playing Ole Miss this week there, so things just will work
Georgia
itself
lost
out.
to Alabama?
Georgia lost to Alabama, and then
Alabama
Georgia
lost
beat
to
Texas.
Tennessee and who else?
Alabama lost to Vandy.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's a bad loss. That could keep them out right there.
Well, I mean, Vandy's been they're,
yeah, I
they're
know. I
actually
mean,
bowl
that's true.
eligible.
The better Vandy does, the less heinous that loss
Yeah, this is not your Vandy of old. I mean, they're
or,
6-3
it's
there.
not like,
They're
Northern Illinois. That's a bad loss there.
that is a bad loss, I would say.
For,
I'm going to see what
Irish.
is Northern Illinois' record right now. Let's see here.
Maybe
Go
not
to
as
the
bad.
MAC. They are 4-4. Northern Illinois.
Yeah. And one of those wins was over Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Talk about a trap game. There's one of them.
That's trap if I never heard before. But
So is this a Buckeye on this shirt? Is that?
that is a Buckeye. That's what you see on the
Yeah.
helmet there, and the
Right, yeah.
So yeah.
And what else you got? I mean, I think the NBA, people are diehard. Maybe fans get into it, but the average fan has to warm up to the NBA a little bit. Maybe it's just because the Sixers have been so bad. They
Yeah,
lost by 2 to the Clippers last night.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I haven't watched too much of the hard court right now there with other
and the
sports
college
going
games will
on.
be starting soon. Won't they have
Actually, last night there's some games
Okay.
tipping off there. So, looking at the NBA, the Cavs are off to an 8-0 record there. With
Wow.
point
Who's their
differential.
coach? They have a new coach, don't they?
Yes.
Somebody we heard of. We know this coach.
I'll get that in just a second.
So yeah, they've got Garland and
Kenny Ackerson.
Atkinson.
Kenny Atkinson
Okay.
is the head coach
Cleveland's
there.
coach.
He was
8-0.
the Nets last year, so
Jeez.
8-0 is nothing to.
They were good last year. I mean, they surprised a lot of teams and have some decent depth. Their second unit solid. So, but yeah, that's definitely a surprise that they're 8-0.
And then I think the Lakers are 4-3, and
Is Bronny still on the team, or is?
I think he's still on the team there. Yeah.
Yeah, he had his first NBA points, and then I saw the coach put him in for 7 seconds one game.
Why? Yeah, that's
All right,
yeah.
get out there.
All
7
right.
seconds left. Make your mark.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's the NBA. He's got some kind of rookie contract.
Spitting over to NFL, we had a couple trades. We had the trade deadline that was today at 4 o'clock. So we had some deals that happened. Pittsburgh got Mike Williams from the Jets, exchanged for the 7th round draft pick there. So
That's a great pickup for them if he's healthy.
yeah, I like that. That is a guy that can.
He wasn't even playing for the Jets. So he's like,
Hardly ever. I mean, especially then when they got.
are they that stacked with talent that they?
Well, once they got Devontae Adams and
Yeah,
they
maybe
got some other guys there.
He's not tight with Aaron Rodgers. So
So I like this move there for Pittsburgh. It gives another guy downfield an option there. He's not
Yeah,
what
he's
he
got-
was back in 2020 or.
he's got size, right?
But yeah, he can box the player out there and get a couple yards there. So I like that.
Freiermuth. I mean, these Penn State tight ends are dominating. Gesicki, Freiermuth, some others. Johnson from last year. He's maybe with Jacksonville. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Jacksonville. But with Mike Williams being there, that puts pressure off Pickens and Freiermuth there. So see where that goes there. But the other one, that
Pickens wants the pressure. He wants the damn ball.
Yes.
And you got to keep him happy. And Russell Wilson, I guess he's made all Steeler fans believers after the first 2 games, but 120 quarterback rating or something.
They just had the week off there, so kind of just see, does this build momentum there? Because
Well, and can Lamar Jackson win another MVP at a perfect quarterback rating this past week?
I would say he's probably the favorite right now for the MVP. I mean, there's no one that's really kind of head over shoulders, kind of running away as the MVP.
I'm adding shining star Saquon Barkley. Do you see that move he had, the backward hurdle?
If I did that, I'll probably be in the hospital. Just I don't know how someone, someone
Instinct.
told me about that. How he jumped.
He knew how the
over,
guy was coming. I don't know. Yeah, how do you?
jump behind, and I just
And then
I was just
after he landed, he's still able to surge forward. 3 or 4 yards?
3, 4, 5 yards. Yeah, it was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
How he did that. I don't think he will ever pull that off again there.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those just instincts, and he jumped behind his back. So.
Oh, and Derrick Henry for the Ravens, he's been a great pickup for them.
You think Dallas is regretting not getting Derrick Henry now?
Yeah, didn't Ezekiel get suspended for being late for meetings or something like that?
Disciplinary actions there. So
He's useless. That guy, ever since he got in trouble at the Mardi Gras, it's been downhill for him.
it's been downhill, and I'm
Ezekiel Elliott, that's what I'm talking about.
I have not been impressed with his second go around there with the Cowboys.
What's Jerry Jones going to do? He says everything's fine, but guess what? They're not fine. And now Dak Prescott's out. CeeDee Lamb probably doesn't even want to play,
he's dealing
get
with
hurt.
an injury there, so
Yeah, he could be nursing that. He probably, if he doesn't play, the Eagles will be okay. He always seems to kill the Eagles.
Well, I got something there for the Cowboys. They picked up wide receiver from Carolina, Mingo from Carolina. That's gonna be
Mingo?
the savior. Yes.
Be Daniel Boone's buddy, Daniel
So
Bess Parker.
So a second-year player from Carolina. I don't know where this is going to go with the Cowboys there. Mingo.
Ed Ames played the part of Mingo.
So.
And then he sang "My Cup Runneth Over with Love." Great song.
But
we're hitting some segues here.
So, looking at other trades, Detroit gets an edge. Zadarius Smith from Cleveland. I think this is a really good trade, from the Lions.
How about that stat? Like 30 passes in a row targeting Amon-Ra has completed. Jared Goff.
Jared Goff there, yeah.
That's it. I mean, that's what the odds. I saw the odds. It's infinitesimal that you could do that. I guess they're on the same page. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
I
you're
didn't
good.
want to lose my train of thought. Either, so.
But I think this is a great trade there for the Lions, getting Zadarius Smith there to fill in a defensive line there with Aiden Hutchinson being out for the season there, or it looks like he's going to be out for the season. To have that
Apparently
piece
he had
there.
a compound fracture and
They
put a
said
rod in his leg or something.
Yeah, they said that the likelihood of him coming back would be maybe for the NFC title game or the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's just maybe stretching it there, but but getting that Smith the fill in that, I think that would do justice there for.
I can't
for
even
the Lions
imagine
there.
playing again after break a compound fracture of your leg. You would think it would take. I guess with that metal, you're bionic. I don't know.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting to see there, and it's hard to believe that we're at the trade deadline, and I think
Eagles didn't make any moves.
No.
Hopefully this A.J. Brown injury is not too serious. It seems like it might not be. How about that catch by Devontae Smith?
Yes.
It was Beckham-esque, and somebody else has a catch like that.
Garrett
this
Wilson
season.
had one. Yeah.
Okay. Just like go up with one hand, grab it, and like you're got a glove and you're catching a baseball. Amazing. And get your feet down too.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll get maybe one, but the other.
That one game that the Eagles had neither Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown. No way they were going to win that. Was that the Buccaneers game? I think.
I think that
no
was
way,
the
no way they
yeah.
could win. You just can't. like where they didn't have Deshaun Jackson. You need a home run threat, or else everybody loads the box and makes for a long day on offense.
Before we wrap up, how about the local sports there? We got some local.
Yeah, we're gonna. I'm covering Berks Catholic at Bermudian Springs for the paper on Friday night, and Tom Sixus will be. Are you gonna go watch the Ox?
Probably watch
Exeter
the Ox
Township?
there, and
We're just kind of get to watch the game. We're not televising, but you could probably scout the teams. We'll probably be showing Bermudian and New Oxford games that we have in the can. We'll probably be showing them here over the next few days just to get everybody in the mood. Should be a great live gate. Sometimes they live stream. We like to think it's not quite the same as when we do a game. I saw a guy at the Y today says, "Yeah, I don't even go to games anymore. I just watch your games." Like, okay, great.
That's a
you.
compliment there, yeah.
Yeah, very much so. Steve, we went to the same high school. I think he's maybe older than I am. He said I was pushing 50. I'm like, what? Steve, you're the greatest. But go ahead.
Some of the local games this weekend. We got Exeter, versus New Oxford.
What's
there.
the scouting report on Exeter? Anything?
I don't know too much about the Eagles of Exeter there, but I think they have a great offense. I mean, they won 49-3 against Southwest there, so this could be one of the toughest tasks there for New Oxford the whole season there.
Ox handled Southwestern too, so I mean the comparative scores probably don't help you a whole lot.
Yeah.
Well, we wish the Colonials the best. They had a perfect 10-0 regular season. Berm right behind 9-1. They're only lost to New Oxford, so we've seen Berm twice. I've been very impressed with them. 9 of those guys go both ways. Meanwhile, Ox, they just have a way to have depth, and Luke Fry goes down, no problem. They just plug in the backup and keep cruising. So
yeah, I think this is going
Coach Warner does a great job. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think this is going to be a back and forth type of game there. I don't think it's going to be too high of a scoring game.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be maybe, and New Oxford has a good kicker too. I mean,
Jason Miller, he hit a 53-yarder or something.
Yeah, we didn't cover that game there, but that was, I think that could be an X factor there. But I'm going to go them winning, probably about maybe they don't have a game where they won less than 2 scores. They have been all decided by the fourth quarter there. So
last year, didn't it go right down to the last play? And Andrews
yeah.
and Medovic, there was a penalty or something like that.
It looked like it should have, got a
they
touchdown.
They had a touchdown, but it got called back.
Got
Would
called
have won
back.
the game or tied the game and sent it into overtime.
So I see.
So yeah, they're ready for the moment. The Ox.
I think they're going to win. I'm trying to think of a good score. I'm going to go 24. 24-17. So,
ET over ET, Exeter Township.
ET, yeah. See, we got an ET in the show there. Not the traditional ET there, but
Yeah, right. Yeah. Phone home, Elliot. Hey, I also next show will be November 12th. November 11th is when we celebrate Veterans Day. All the veterans, I want to thank you for your service, and we appreciate you. So happy Veterans Day to all. When we get together again a week from now. Stay tuned for trivia coming up in about 15 minutes. Corey, our reigning champion.
I know. I might have to get that costume down, in my car there, that traffic light.
Yeah. Green means go.
Yeah. If I only knew that I was going to win trivia, I had to wear a traffic light, I probably would have done that sooner maybe.
A lot of pressure being the defending champion.
Yeah.
So, thanks to Sean and Jordan. They dealt with a lot of adversity. When we got Carl on the line, he couldn't hear us. And then, I don't know, maybe the first group couldn't hear us either.
Yeah, we were hearing like 4-6-1, 2-1. 9.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what that was all about. Maybe there's a song there.
Yeah, we still plugged through and
867-5201, 301. All right.
Tony two tones, I think, right?
All right. Well, listen, sports fans, thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for trivia. Corey Smith, great job as usual. I'm Jeff Cook. We'll see you next Tuesday and every Tuesday here on Sports Chat. Good night, everybody. Mahalo.